Yo, what is up, my little tours? We're back for some more drafting here on the streets of Arena. No, that's not sped up at your usual 1.5 or 2 times. That was just me rambling off. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. And as always, thanks to all of our partners and sponsors of the stream. Don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card-related needs. We got some more Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One draft. I'm in a slightly good mood because we just went back-to-back trophies on stream, and now I'm recording for YouTubers here. And we will jump into this draft with a pretty mediocre first pack. Some okay green cards, the Troll, the Predation, Tyrannax is fine. I think the real picks here are between like Flensing Raptor and Transplant Theorist. And I think Raptor is just the easy choice among those two. The Theorist tends to wheel, although I think if you're going to end up in the Artifact deck, this card is actually surprisingly good. But that being said, it frequently wheels, and yeah, I think Raptor is just a better choice generally. Ooh la la. Much better second choices here. So the rare or mythic is missing, but Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Great tap down artifact, value with Proliferate. Drowned in Ichor. Doesn't really get much better than that for removal. -4/-4 and Proliferate. Charge of the Mites, also very good. Yeah, it's basically those three choices. Paladin of Predation is strong. Toxic 6 is a kind of insane stat line, but at the end of the day, it's a 7-mana creature, so. Drown is the strongest, I think, here. We'll go ahead and lean towards that. And now maybe we'll just take the Charge of the Mites to follow that up. I've been saying this for a little while now, but I've really come around to this card. Just does a lot of work in white. The white decks are trying to be aggressive. Oftentimes you're just trying to get 3 poison on your opponent, not even killing them with poison, but just getting 3 poison on them so that you can start doing corrupted stuff. So that card allows you to do that. And if the mites aren't good and you have some other creatures, then you can turn it into a removal spell. I have Malkator for the artifact deck. No black card I want to be third picking. Pretty weak pack. Haven't had a good Tablet of Completion deck. I'm sure there is a fine deck for it, but I think we just want the Charge of Mites here following what we have. Black-white is pretty darn solid, although generally what I found with black-white is that you want to be extremely heavy white and then just splashing like the top quality black cards. Drown being one of them. Things like the Evangelist, right? The 4/4 Vigilance that kills a creature if you have Corrupted online. Anointed, whatever, removal, stuff like that. But generally you want to be heavy, super heavy white, and then go from there. Fourth pick, Planar Disruption. Probably the best card in the pack. Goes in line with our first couple of white cards we've already taken. That's a nice pickup. Punisher's good, 3/3 Menace. Couple of okay blue cards, but blue is always open. We'll just take the Planner. Into a Complete Devotion, or maybe a Gold Warden's Helm is okay. We could take the Veil of Assimilation here. I think this card is generally mediocre at best, but one of the decks that I just trophied with was a 23 artifact deck with Veil of Assimilation. It was actually pretty good there. Obviously, you're not going to generally have that many artifacts in your deck. I'm guessing I should probably just take the Complete Devotion given what we have, right? We already have these 2 Toxic starters, and this is a better trick when you are in the Toxic game plan. So, I'm going to go with that here. If we want to stick with the colors we have, a Hive Master is not bad. I would say the best card in the pack is probably Incubation Sac. Fuseling is decent. Synthesizer, Restoration, both okay. You could probably take the Incubation Sac here if you wanted to. It's not going to have much synergy in green-white, right? Because green-white is the heavy, heavy Toxic plan generally. So I think I'll just take the Hive Master here. But I am willing to stay open if the signals point toward that direction. Okay, and then, yeah, I mean, a few good green cards here, or good enough green cards here. Scrap Trap, it would be fine if we wanted to stick with black. But this is probably a scenario where taking the Plague Nurse is going to be slightly better. Just keeps us open. There's no reason to full-on commit to something in this format. You're going to end up with enough playables, and especially if you read the signals, you're going to end up with a better deck. We'll just take a second complete devotion here. Mainly Fither, although Gladiator and Steward are both, like, okay in a pinch. I mean, that is a green sign. So is that, I suppose. We'll take the Tyrant Axe here that leans into our green-white plan. I don't think this is a sign at all. I think Paladin Predation's a little bit too expensive. We're going to take the Conviction here and keep our curve lower, if possible. And this is going to be in our main color of white right now, so I think that makes sense. Scrap Trap back on the wheel anyways. Punisher coming back around is also kind of a signal for red. I guess we could still be white-red. We could be anything. Yeah. I mean, could still in theory be playing blue. This start doesn't really make us do anything, so. The biggest issue right now is I don't have any creatures that cost 1 or 2. That is not a good plan in the format to not do anything on the first couple of turns. It's okay, though. I would rather stay open like this and then get rewarded with the openings in packs 2 and 3 than have, like, forced something off the bat and kind of be stuck. All right, pack 2. Soulless Jailer leaving me soulless here. What are the best cards in this particular pack? We have a Cankerbloom, fantastic 2-drop. Tyver Stand, great combat trick or protection spell. Slash, good removal. Those are my 3 top choices here. The 2 green cards or the Slash. We saw late red, we saw late green. I don't think there's like a true direction to go here. I think the Cankerbloom is probably going to take the pick over the Slash, but Slash is obviously great. Wow. 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 This is why you stay open. Somebody passed me an Eternal Wanderer. This pack is just insane. Look at it. Okay, first and foremost, we're getting past the best rare, if not one of the best. Well, one of the best, if not the best rare in the format. So we're taking it. But Annex Sentry is also one of the best uncommons, if not the best uncommon. Then we have Disruption here. We have Vorak here. We have Volt Charge. This pack is legitimately the nuts. And yeah, so if the person that passed this to me had stayed open, they could just take this and have an insta-win card, basically. But now we are reaping the rewards. So, no complaints. As we get maybe a second charge of the mites here. I'm just going to stick with white now. Or white X. I don't know what X is. But we'll just keep taking the good white cards as they come around. Disruption number 2, no, because we're going to take the Duelist to Deep Faith here. We have a bunch of cheap tricks. We just don't have the creatures right now. So Duelist looks really solid. Ooh, this pack's pretty bad. Am I taking the Mirin Bardiche? Just as like a safe pick. Could take the Vraska's Fall, although it's really bad with the Pacify effects. Yeah, I'm just going to take the mediocre white card here, I think. I mean, I guess I could take Hazardous Blast in case we end up in red still. It's always nice to have a blast, sure. Actually, that's fine. All right, back to some goodies here. 6th pick, we're getting a Raptor, we're getting an Attendant. This actually might be better off as an Attendant, given what I already have. That is to say, my lack of early game plays. Like, if you can go turn 2 Toxic Creature, turn 3 Raptor, that's insane. But right now, that doesn't look like that's what our deck is doing, so I think the Attendant might actually take it. Okay. Let's consider ourselves in green-white, maybe? My black is Drown, and that's it, so... Slaughter Singer here with the other green cards we have, and I'm passing 2 nice ones. Crap. That is the nuts. Battle Chair is fine. I don't mind having this as like our one-of top-end card. Beyond the Wanderer. We're going to want to fill up down here now for the rest of the draft, but this is a good start. Nothing there. 15 playables. Wow. Vorak 10th pick wheel. Okay. That is a pretty good sign for green. Roots versus Vanish. Roots is just okay. I don't mind having access to 1 Vanish into Eternity. There are a lot of non-land permanents you can get with it, and then obviously if you have a 6 mana, you can just exile a creature instead. Not going to play the Enforcer. So 1, 2, I have 3 2-drops right now. Yeah, the Bardiche Wield. I'm hoping not to play that. The Chair, sure, but... Well... Similar to how I was past the Eternal Wanderer, I guess I might be passing the Jace the Perfected Mind here. Although, what am I taking? This pack is garbage. I'm not a huge fan of Apostle of Invasion, but 6 mana 4/4 flyer is not awful. And as a poison deck, if it does have double strike, that's good. Like, it's probably just better to take the Jace and see if I can end up splashing. I wish I had taken that Thriving Roots now. Dude, this is just Planeswalker.draft. People were yelling at me for passing this in one of my earlier drafts. Was it yesterday's? Maybe the day before's. I still don't think this card is all that great. It is, like, fine. It's a Planeswalker, so it's going to be annoying, and your opponent's going to probably try to kill it, but... I don't think this is one that's worth splashing for. We just have an Infectious Bite here. Looking for those cheap creatures still. Alright, I'm going to take the Stalker. I think. Battle Chair, another Disruption. Disruption's really good with Eternal Wanderer too. Because the -4, you get to choose their creature that has the enchantment on it, and then they're basically left with nothing. But I think we need the early game play. Well, I guess Disruption is an early game play. And given how open green is, maybe I end up wheeling the Stalker. Let's go with the white removal. What the heck? Okay, there's a Roots. That could help splash our Jace. Over nothing anyways. Another Paladin of Predation. There's a Prophetic Prism here as well. And actually, I like the Copper Longlegs and the Glider. Just as something to do early in our deck. Might not be running the Conviction in this build. Oh, Prism or 2-drop. 1, 2, 3 2-drop creatures. That's it. I'm gonna go for power. We'll take the Prism. If I get punished, so be it. Another Atrocity is okay here. Yeah, I have a heavier, like, ugh. I've been mentioning lately, but you want your curve to be, or your average cost to be under 3, and I'm not following that plan right now. Jeez, Infinite Veil of Assimilations. This is not good. Yeah, I think here we... No. I was going to take the Skull Bomb for just some early play, but I will actually play this Custodian as just a random 3-drop. So individually, we have some crazy powerful cards, but overall, I don't know if this deck is actually all that good. 3 mana, 3/2 ward looks fine here. Just again, as a filler card. I only have, what, 1 equipment, so we're not planning on doing much with that. Yeah, would love to wheel that 2-drop, the Stalker. That might be playable here. I don't think we're gonna get the Stalker back, are we? No. Titanic Growth, we don't need that. We're already cutting one of our complete devotions just because we don't have the early creature count. Okay, this is questionable, but we have some individually powerful cards that can probably win some games if we draw them. Only 3 2-drops. We do have a bunch of 3-drops, 4 of those, and then 2 mites. Creature count's pretty low for only having 1 4 mirrored in card. Running 17 lands in this format is so weak. But I guess if my curve is over 3, maybe I'm supposed to. I mean, we want to hit 6 every time. We don't have much card draw. Okay. I'll run 17. I'm not going to like it, but... 881 perhaps? I don't know how I feel about this deck. Maybe we just draw Wander every game and it doesn't matter that our other cards are just mediocre. That's the game plan. Solid enough game plan. Okay, on to game 1. We're on the play. Our hand looks really good. I'll go ahead and Thirsting Roots turn 1 for an island. This is what I'm talking about. That Flensing Raptor. I'm glad we take the second one. We just have... In fact, do we only have the 1/2/2 as a 2-drop toxic creature? I think that's it. Red-white with a Dune Mover. You got it. And they did not grab a land. Might be using these charges as removal spells. We're going to block with the Lightbringer if they attack, I think. Yeah, maybe we don't even attack, or maybe we don't even block. Sure. Versus red-white, I don't mind getting a little bit of toxic going. That's fine. That's not bad. Okay. They hit me for 2, I'll hit them for 6. That's a trade I am willing to make. Hover Wings, we can kill that with the Canker Bloom. I mean, I could just go kill, attack. But I guess playing out the Raptor and passing is serviceable enough. But this is what I'm talking about, though. Like, our cards here have very little synergy together. 5 mana pass. Well, they're clearly going to do something here. I don't think red-white is going to pass with 5 mana and do absolutely nothing, so we'll just have to see what it is they have. We're doing charge here instead of bite because bite can lead to a blowout, right? If I go for a bite and then they kill whatever I target in response, we get punished. That is a strange choice because I can now blow up their Dune Mover. So if they kill my Raptor now in response, then my charge won't kill their Hover Wings creature. Oh, sure. That's fine. They have a Centurion. Okay. Trading now, or it trades later still, so no big deal. We can save the bite for something better. I didn't want to trade my Tyrant Axe for that thing. If they play like a Furnace Strider, we're gonna have a bad day, though. Okay, that's not too bad. We are currently winning, but wouldn't say it's by a lot. Ah, well, now that they did that, it's probably by quite a bit. Hey, that works. And that actually makes their creature a... Yeah, 4/2. This is super awkward. I get to scry 2, but they get to scry 1 in return. Wow, that's a nice double topper. Let's go for the disruption first. Alright, and then we will go for it. We actually killed them with both damage and poison. Looks like they were flooding out. They had 1 or 2 more lands than us, depending on how many lands they were left in their hand. Yeah, not much synergy, but sometimes the cards can win. We even won without our Planeswalkers. So I guess that was a big victory. On to the next. Alrighty, on to game number 2. We're on the play. We don't have a curve per se, but maybe I can find something to do on turn 3 to make it a curve. Okay, island off the top, 1 time. Island. That's good enough. Now we would just like to draw a land. I think I like trading here with my Duelist instead of my Canker Bloom. Sure, that's fine. Okay. Well, I am running 17 lands, but sometimes you brick. Is this all of our top end? Chair and 2 Tyrant Axe? I guess if I drew the Wandering Emperor or whatever next turn, then that would be the full whammy. I'm okay with them continuing to use tricks as long as they don't develop out more threats. Bad news is, if I draw a land for Attendant next turn, I'm probably not going to bounce anything. Blocking is so miserable in this format, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Ugh. I mean, it's a castable. Wow. That is really unfortunate. Holy, we've how many seen? 6 cards, no land? I guess our best draw next turn would be like the Roots. To shuffle our Wanderer back and allow us to cast the Jace. Oh boy. Well, this game might be over pretty quickly. Oh! That's... okay. They are on a self-clock now. Of sorts. I mean, white-black has plenty of ways to, like, sacrifice that. They even have a proliferate on the battlefield already. Are they gonna aggro tap my Custodian? I mean, I think it's been pretty telling, given the way that man has been priority's been passing, that they do have Whispers of the Dross here. They don't get to put an extra poison on me, though. They'll just put an extra counter on their Archfiend, so... I am A-okay with this. Ah, well now they can just bounce their Archfiend, sure. Oh, probably a little too late. Pretty good.
I was expecting a more impressive enemy.
Pretty good. Alright, you win. Something too much skill, indeed. Miss land drops, check. Opponent plays bombs, check. Checkmate. Game 3. Keep and hope we draw lands. 17 in the deck. You can do it. I know you can. The turn 1 scamp. Oh, come on. Vorak is super clutch here if we can just find a third land to cast it. Yay! We did it. Turn 2 Cankerbloom, turn 3 Vorak. I can feel my Cankerbloom dying. 3 colors. How dare you? Only I am allowed. Let's grab our second green source. Always feels so good to have a turn 3 Vorak, let me tell you. Just does it all. Okay, don't mind seeing that. Sure. Looks like we've got a mishmash of cards in their deck as well. That gives us a window to get on the board. So now they're under pressure already. Tainted Observer. And a Skull Bomb. Yeah, this is where we're just gonna start just putting too much pressure on them because they took that one turn off just to play a bunch of prisms. So... attack both. Now they're in for a world of pain. They're gonna go up to 3 poison here. Three creatures versus no creatures, and I'm about to play a Wanderer. I say good luck. Do it, Molten Rebuke. Probably not good enough. And they're off it. Okay, cast the good cards, don't cast the bad cards, and sometimes win the games of Magic. I'm so close to getting my win rate back to 60%. I can taste it. I just need to get my win rate back to a reasonable level, and then I can move to best of 3 in this format, where I've heard things are better. We're pushing 59% now. 59! Come on. Let's get there. How hard could it be to simply win? This hand is a little bit weird, but it's a keeper on the play. We won't have a creature to play turn 1 or 2. But Prism gives us fixing into now a Vorak next turn. Looks nice. They're gonna be blue-white, maybe? No, red-white. I guess the swooping lookout's okay in red-white, too. Lots of equipment. Starts beating in early. Alright, lost a bite. No big deal. Couple of lands put on the bottom. Fine. I mean, I don't want to attack with my 3/3 there, and if they double block, I only get to kill a 1/2 flyer or a 2/3. Even vanishing the helm doesn't stop the Vorak only killing a single creature. That's a little annoying. Oh! And then there's that. And we are going to keep all of these things. Okay. So I'm going to make some less than optimal attacks next turn, probably. Especially if they play like a Furnace Strider here. Or any relevant creature. Possible I was even supposed to hold the Custodian. They have 4 cards in their hand, is that right? Okay. Yeah, we really want them to dump out some more cards. Mirror in, that's fine. So here's the plan now. I'm gonna go land. I'm gonna disrupt their lookout. And we have the combo that I was talking about now. The lookout has been arrested. We're gonna go Wanderer -4. Leave them with the lookout that's arrested, and then one, like our Plague Nurse. No longer saving our Plague Nurse. That's fine. As long as they're just dumping out cards in their hand, we are happy with this. I'm gonna go Custodian block here. Vanish equipment. That turns it into a 2/2. If they want to use another trick now, I am happy with that. This might not even be a position where I need to play out the Wanderer. Yeah, more tricks. Play it all out, buddy. One more. Perfect. And we're sold. Dunsies.
Surrender now, and we all make room.
In case they play a Haster, I'm not gonna attack with the Vorak here. It's just too much better to hold the Wanderer. Okay, that's fine. And that was always just gonna deal with it anyways. Attack for 3. play out a lovely little 6/6. Little 6/6. That was an annoying draw. Okay. But I still think we just wham, jam, slam. Yep. Put him on the clock. So they're gonna have to block here, otherwise they're dead, so. No big deal. Remember, Raptor only gives flying and toxic to another toxic creature. Or flying and pump to another toxic creature, not any creature. We have successfully followed the rules of draw Wanderer, cast Wanderer, and win the game. Poor Jace. But I guess if I had to choose between the two, we'd always want to draw the Wanderer here. Oh, this is close to a keep. Turn 2 disruption. If we draw a land, we have access to all these. Okay. I mean, I don't really want to be using disruption on a 1-drop or a 2-drop, but oh well. That makes it a little bit easier to decide to do that, I guess. And that's a pretty good target. No thanks to the duelist on turn 2. Glider's fine. We're drawing our lands, so everything is hunky-dory. Ooh, that was a good draw. Make me sacrifice a creature? Sure, I am okay with this. Cycle their devotion to draw a card. Love it. And now they're going to take 5 toxic here. Seems good. They might just die next turn. 2 removal spells. Yeah. Yay. Oh, good games, good games. Four and 1 now. Living the dream. This format has made me crazy. What is this hand? Island, but no Jace? Yeah, that's a keeper. It ain't good, but it's a keeper. Another lookout turn 1. Okay, another Boros aggro. Churning Reservoir. Kind of a weird one in red-white. This looks weird, but if I don't do that, that lookout is going to deal a ton of damage to us. I can stop random garbage on the ground. I like playing out the Leonin here now that we drew a land. We know we can play the Plague Nurse next turn. And this is harder for them to just, like, go Hexgold Slash, attack, and play another creature, you know? Yeah, there is going to be a scenario where I vanish the reservoir depending on what else they play out. I mean, Centurion with it is not bad. Oh, they have another swoop. Okay. Let's rumble. Alright, so I can't block. That's fine. Okay. I am very happy with this. Sure. I could vanish the barbed batter fist, but then I wouldn't kill both creatures. I'm happy with this double trade here. That Canker Bloom is probably good enough. Versus red-white, killing any of their equipment can be very good. I can always just kill the reservoir. It's not going to be a bad pickup. Sentry. It's a good one. Okay. Good old canker and pass here. Yeah, I could just kill the sentry right now, I guess, and then attack. We would also get scries. Let's do that. I get 2, they get 1. Feels like they might have a free from flesh, but I don't really care. Oh, that's fine too. Better that now than on our Tyrannax next turn. Oh, so maybe they have a glider in their hand or a strider. If they topped clearly the mountain. Glider's rare, I don't know why they would have that. Obviously it's more likely they have a common here than a rare. Against all odds, that's pretty good. Sure. Wait, why did they top the mount? Oh, no, they must have topped the against all odds. Thought they were missing land drops, though, so maybe I'm mistaken about that. Okay, back to pretty even board state. That's not a good sign. Unless they're going to make the atrocity unable to block. I don't mind trading. I mean, I'm guessing they found something, but... Oh, that was okay. Attendant's good here with the prism. This is a really important turn. If they top deck a removal spell, that probably kills us. Nice. Okay, phew. Now we can go Attendant, bounce the Prism, get another redraw. Also have access to Hardcast Vanish. So they're putting counters on the Batter Fist, it looks like, yeah. Three cards in hand. I don't think we want to try to make an aggressive attack here. We have Jace we can draw to, we have Wanderer we can draw to. Maybe if they had some poison on them already, I would try to attack with the Atrocity, because they might go for like a... Well, they would just double block with a 3-1 and the 1-1, and it wouldn't be a good trade. Okay. That is decent. Hit for 5 with 3 toxic? Sure. We might see them have their own vanish here too, I don't know. No? Okay, that's not bad. Makes sense. That makes sense because we had 2 4 toughness creatures that Volt Charge couldn't kill. That's fine. All right. Back to Gridlock. They have... Alright, so this is the time where we get them a little bit. So now it's only going to deal 3 damage, and we get the Scries. Those both look like good draws. Oh, they liked something too. Another Batter Fist. Okay. I mean, I have a feeling we're probably going to lose to Hazardous Blast soon. But nothing I can do about that. Currently, anyways. I will start attacking. Because if we can get them to trade off some creatures, then that'll be worthwhile. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to move the battle chair over to our Might. Because this is still over half their life, and it pushes a teeny bit of Toxic. And that's fine. Because the token's not blocking anyway, you know? So now they have to put some number of toughness in front of this. Oh, this tramples! This tramples! well, I think they missed that the chair gave trample. Okay. We take those. Would have been a close game, depending on, I mean, the chair moving around is kind of nuts for us in that position. Oh, that was one of the better grindy games I've had of the format. 5-1. Can you believe it? I can't. Hey, game number 7. The hits keep on coming. This is a pretty good looking hand on the play. If we can rattle off a couple of lands, it's going to be very good. Perfect. Turn 2 Duelist. Turn 3 we have Charge of the Might or Complete Devotion available. And we get the Toxic rolling. OP didn't do anything, so I'm going to Charge the Might's end of turn and then probably Charge of Might's whatever first creature they play. Would be my guess. Wow, nothing again? You can't really be doing that in the format. Okay, that's, I guess, something, but... Like, just look at our curve now. 2-drop Toxic, 3-drop Toxic, 4-drop Toxic. The opponent has no board presence. We have removal and tricks in hand. This is one of the games that just feels bad. It's so hard for them to come back from behind in this type of scenario. There are a couple of cards, yes. But for the most part, this is looking very bleak already. Those ain't it. Those ain't it at all. I'm gonna Vorak here. Assume I find a land. Then we get to Devotion, the 1/1 that gets blocked by the Vran. I should have grabbed the Forest, I guess, because in theory, if they don't block with Vran, of course I get to Cankerbloom instead. Alright, I mean, we're getting to the mana territory where if they have some of those powerful top-end cards, they will be okay. Oh, well, maybe not. That's good, but
I'll help any way I can. Kneel
I
before
think good
the
enough.
Emperor of Kamigawa. Any longer.
Now, there was a little bit of merit to attacking them for one, because if we do that, Infectious Bite would kill them. Alright, well. Once again, almost a double kill there. They died to poison, but they were also at 2 life. Our draw was just stupid good on the play. I mean, and the opponent had a little bit of a slow start. They probably kept it because they had Wanderer in their opening hand, but yeah, we just had too much. Our draws and our curve were too good, and once they stumbled even that one turn, it was all over. 6-1. I don't want to jinx it, and I'm about to, but if I win here or the next game, that will be 3 trophies in a row in this format. Jinxed it. Hand's garbage. Oh, okay, that hand's good. 2-drop, 3-drop, and hopefully we get to 6. I hope I don't get soloed by the adaptive. Maybe we can get Jace this game. We have the blue. I block. I would like to now attack. And that's, again, the opponent stumbled one turn, and now I'm very far ahead. That doesn't matter. Oof, that's good too. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna charge the adaptive and attack with both, because this is still a good attack for us, and we can just disrupt the Mantis next turn instead. So they can hit me for 5 or whatever, but... doesn't do anything to sack this. Alright, now our game plan is simply get to Wanderer mana. They have to be a little bit suspicious that I'm attacking here, so we're hoping that they do trade off. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, and if they have a trick... Oh, they didn't. Then, I was gonna say they can eat my raptor. And that ain't gonna cut it. GG's, just dead on board. Don't even get to cast the Wanderer, how sad. Oh, maybe we do. Who needs synergy when you can just curve out and then have Wanderer at your top end? Alright, well, I don't know how many games we cast our Wanderer, but... pretty good card, my friends. We never cast Jace once. The splash, sad. I think Jace is worth splashing for, but I mean, we got 7 wins. I don't know how. I do know how, but I'm gonna say I don't know how. We drew well. Let's be real. We drew well. We curved out quite frequently, and half, if not more of the time, we drew the Eternal Wanderer, so... 3 trophies in a row! He's back, baby! He's back! Yes, I'm having a little bit more fun when we win than when we lose, but the format is still... Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more. Bye-bye.